Once upon a time, in a peaceful little village, nestled between rolling hills and sparkling rivers, lived a brave and curious girl named Dora. Dora loved adventures, and there wasn't a single stone or tree in the village she hadn't explored. But one day, she heard an exciting rumor. A magical dragon lived in the mountains, guarding a treasure beyond imagination. Her eyes sparkled with excitement when she heard this from her grandmother, who sat knitting by the fire. "Grandma," Dora asked, "do you think the treasure really exists?" Grandma smiled. "The legend says that the dragon's treasure is real, but many who have gone looking for it have never returned. The journey is dangerous, but those who are brave and kind of heart may find more than just gold." Dora thought for a moment. She wasn't after gold. What intrigued her was the adventure, and she wanted to meet this mysterious dragon. "I'm going to find the dragon's treasure," Dora announced with determination. The next morning, with a backpack full of supplies, a map drawn by Grandma, and her loyal puppy Max at her side, Dora the explorer set off toward the towering mountains. As they entered the forest, the trees became denser and the sunlight barely peeked through the thick canopy. Dora's heart raced with excitement, and Max barked happily, wagging his tail. Suddenly, they came across a wide river, its waters rushing loudly. "How do we cross?" Dora wondered aloud. Just then, she noticed an old wooden bridge nearby. It looked rickety, but it was their only way across. Holding her breath, Dora stepped onto the bridge, with Max close behind. Slowly, they crossed the swaying bridge, their hearts pounding with each creak. On the other side, they were greeted by a wise old owl perched on a branch. "Who are you?" asked the owl in a deep, melodic voice. "I'm Dora, and this is Max. We're on a journey to find the dragon's treasure," she replied confidently. The owl nodded knowingly. "Ah, the dragon's treasure. To find it, you must pass 3 tests. The first test lies ahead in the Valley of Echoes. But be careful, for not all sounds are what they seem." Dora thanked the owl and continued on her way, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness. As they approached the Valley of Echoes, strange sounds filled the air. Voices seemed to bounce off the walls of the valley, making it hard to tell where they were coming from. Max barked at every echo, confused by the strange voices. "We need to stay calm and listen carefully," Dora said, patting Max's head. She closed her eyes and focused on the sounds around her. After a few minutes, she noticed something different, a soft humming sound that didn't match the echoes. "This way, Max," Dora exclaimed, following the sound. It led them safely out of the valley, and soon they were on the next part of their journey. After hours of walking, they reached the foot of the Great Dragon's Mountain. The peak loomed above them, its summit hidden in the clouds. Dora looked up and gulped. "This is it, Max. The second test must be here." As they climbed the steep path, the air grew colder, and the wind howled. Suddenly, they came to a large cave entrance, guarded by a fierce-looking stone gargoyle. Its eyes glowed a fiery red. "To enter," the gargoyle boomed, "you must solve my riddle. Fail, and you shall turn back." Dora took a deep breath. "I'm ready," the gargoyle spoke. "I speak without a mouth and hear without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with the wind. What am I?" Dora thought hard, her brow furrowing. Max sat beside her, wagging his tail, waiting patiently. Then it clicked. "An echo!" Dora exclaimed. The gargoyle's eyes stopped glowing, and with a creaking sound, it moved aside, allowing Dora and Max to enter the cave. Inside the cave, a glowing golden light illuminated the path. As they followed the light deeper into the mountain, Dora's excitement grew. The treasure must be close. Finally, they entered a vast chamber. In the center lay a gigantic pile of glittering treasure, gold coins, sparkling gems, and ancient artifacts. But sitting atop the treasure was something far more incredible. A huge, majestic dragon with shimmering emerald scales and wise, golden eyes. Dora approached the dragon carefully, her heart pounding in her chest. Max whimpered slightly, but stayed close by her side. The dragon's voice was deep and calm. "Why have you come, young one? Do you seek my treasure?" Dora hesitated, but then shook her head. "No, I don't want the treasure. I came because I wanted to meet you. I heard the stories and wanted to see if they were true. You're much more magnificent than I imagined." The dragon's eyes softened and he chuckled. "Many come seeking riches, but few come with such a pure heart. You have passed the third and final test." Dora looked confused. "The third test?" The dragon nodded. Yes, the test of your heart. Those who seek only wealth will never leave this mountain, for their greed blinds them. But you, Dora, came not for gold, but for knowledge and adventure. That is the true treasure. With a wave of his enormous claw, the dragon revealed a small chest hidden among the gold. He opened it, and inside was a beautiful necklace with a single glowing stone. "This is for you, brave one," said the dragon. "It holds the power of friendship and courage. It will light your way in times of darkness and remind you of the strength within your heart." Dora took the necklace, her eyes wide with awe. "Thank you, dragon." The dragon smiled. "You are always welcome here, Dora. Remember, true treasure is not measured in gold, but in the kindness of your heart and the adventures you share with those you love." Dora and Max made their way back home, the glowing necklace lighting their path. When they returned to the village, Dora's grandmother smiled knowingly. "You found more than just treasure, didn't you?" Grandma asked, her eyes twinkling. Dora nodded. "I met the dragon, and he taught me that the greatest treasure of all is kindness and bravery." From that day on, Dora and Max continued their adventures, always remembering the dragon's lesson and the magic of the treasure they carried inside their hearts.